In this video, I'll quickly walk you through the analytics section inside Acrolly and show you how students and parents can move beyond just marks and actually understand learning performance. As soon as you land on the analytics tab, at the very top, you'll see filters for subject and test type so that you can analyze the performance exactly in the context that you care about. For this particular demo, I'll keep the subject to all and I'll keep the test type to board level. Now you can see two tabs over here, the Insights tab and the Practice tab. The Insights tab has the entire test performance summary and diagnosis, while the Practice tab is in charge of tracking the student efforts. Let us focus on the Insights tab for now. Over here, the first thing you'll see is a high-level performance snapshot. This includes number of tests taken, percentage score, accuracy, and the average time per question. This gives an instant sense of the overall performance. But the real value starts when we move into the diagnosis. The accuracy breakdown helps understand why the performance looks the way it does. For example, the attempt breakdown section, it answers how many questions were answered correctly, incorrectly, partially correctly, or left unattempted. If a student is leaving a large part of the paper untouched, that tells a very different story from a student who is attempting everything but getting things wrong. That distinction matters. Next is the execution pattern. This helps us understand how the student is attempting questions. Are they rushing and getting things wrong, taking too much time and still getting them wrong, or solving accurately but too slowly? This helps us identify whether the issue is speed, execution, or conceptual understanding. Over here, we have the key metrics versus class average section, which helps me compare these three metrics to their class average. Then we move on to the practice to test conversion section. This compares practice performance versus actual test performance. If a student performs well in practice but poorly in test, that often points to test pressure, stress, or time management issues, not lack of understanding. One of the most useful sections that we have is critical topics section. Here, Acrolly automatically identifies topics where the student is consistently underperforming based on sufficient performance data. So instead of guessing weak areas, students and parents get clear visibility into where the intervention is actually needed. For a more better deep dive, students or parents can click on the particular critical topic and look at the deep dive over here. And for a greater sense of deep dive into all the topics and not just the topics flagged as critical, they can move on to the building block section and look at how are they performing in all the topics. Moving back to the analytics page, the next section that we have is the exam readiness summary. This helps answer a simple but very important question. Is the student actually improving over time? You can track performance trends over time across multiple metrics over here, like accuracy, percentage score, average time per question, total tests taken, etc. And more importantly, you can compare these metrics against their class median, against the class topper, and across multiple date flexibilities as well. Finally, we have the practice tab to focus on. This tab is built to cater to the effort and consistency of a student. Here, students and parents can track the first attempt accuracy while taking a homework assignment, the total number of questions the student has practiced, the total number of homeworks the student has completed, and the average practice per day. They can also have a look at how consistent the student is while practicing. At the same time, they can also have a look at how is the practice or efforts improving with respect to time. Over here as well, students get multiple metrics to compare with time. Currently, for this particular demonstration, we don't really have the dummy data for it. But as and when the teacher assigns a homework activity, all of these fields will be populated. So this was it. This was the usefulness of the analytics page. And I hope this demonstration would have helped you in getting a better understanding of not just the analytics tab, but our vision in general.